Hi, Tony Celzo. We got Steve Lundin from BigFrontier.org, and a great consulting firm that I think has something so powerful to say about content marketing because it has truly changed. We are no longer in a game where you can just spend money and condition the buyer that you've got the best spaghetti sauce. I mean, ragu. I'm Italian. I can tell you, the best spaghetti sauce is not ragu. There are better options out there, and you've got to really embrace and create the story. And what better background can you have than being foundationally trained as a journalist to understand where the story is? Steve, your nose for the story and helping the client understand how that is part of the entire ecosystem, that's one of the things that really makes you different as a consultant. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely. We have something that we call intelligent content and unintelligent content. And before I get on a soapbox, Big Frontier has had a long history of hiring freelance journalists and journalists to work on our products. And that's because when we send someone in to interview a client or to snoop around for a story, we want to deal with somebody who actually knows how to sell a story to the public. And a lot of journalism these days involves selling the story. You know, the story's got to have a sexy edge. The story has to have some relevance. The story has to have some bones to hold up the skin. It can't just be all fluff and stuff.
Right.
Now, we call that intelligent content because we know where to look and we know how to package these ideas. Versus what I would say, a lot of this coming out and it's being enabled through the social networks is unintelligent content.
Right.
It's like talking for the sake of talking. You'll just hear someone pushing things out for the sake of creating a certain chunk of filling a certain chunk of real estate on a page. And it can be gobbledygook. It can be repackaged stuff, repurposed, recycled.
Right.
Nothing new. How does that serve your cause as a company if you're trying to put yourself out as you know, the smartest elephant in the room, if you're just putting your name behind crap?
Right. Well, and I think one of the reasons it used to be rewarded, right? I mean, Google was rewarding more as a strategy, more keywords, there was all kinds of ways to trick the algorithm, but it's fundamentally upside down. And now creating content that matters has got to be foundational. It's got to be freaking interesting. You got to have other authority sites that are willing to publish your stuff to their readership. That's going to be the stuff that engage. It's almost become more PR again, especially online, than it's ever been before. And that's why you got to have a journalistic outtake. That's why you need an organization like you to really engage and to pull that story out of them, because it has to be sexy. It could have just been keyword rich laden before, and that might have got you the SEO that you were looking for. So you could have thrown the KPI on this so that I moved the ranking up. But it is really fundamentally changed that now you have to create content that's going to be published. And in order to do that, you got to send in somebody that knows how to sell something to the press. And that's what you guys really help people do. It's that different stance of creation that is allowing you to help some of these organizations. Would you agree?
Yeah, and there's one more element to that. People don't know what they know. So by and large, you'll come in and you'll talk to somebody who'll say, you know, we have to hire this SEO firm to put out this blather because we're looking to get our rankings increased. People don't know that a lot of times, so when I talk about people, I'm talking about CEOs, people who are running companies, people in the C-suite who have something to say, who want to push that particular thought out. Unless they are taken down the road of discovery by somebody who knows how to guide them down the road of discovery and pull out these nuggets that they already have, they have developed experientially, they're not really going to know where to start. So when you start to explore what someone has to say, they have a wealth of experience. They may have a lifetime experience of their industry. It just hasn't been pulled out from them because nobody knows the right questions to ask and how to marry those with the trends, the pain points, the things in the marketplace that are the hot buttons that people want to read about. When you put those two elements together in a way that is thoughtful and in a way that's practiced and a way that's been vetted by generations of professional practitioners, then you've got something that you can play with. And it's all there. It's really a matter of, you wouldn't have your tooth pulled by a guy who does body work on your car just because, granted, they both do work with Bondo, but you need somebody who can go in, get to the root of the problem, yank it out, and crank that thing into gold.
It's like one part director, one part subject matter expert to pull all that thing together. It really is understanding how the characters all work in the play. I'm so glad to have you on the show, man. I appreciate your 2 cents. They're always worth more than 10 times more than that.
Thank you very much, Tony. And we take Bitcoin as well.
Well, yeah, right.